My sister stole $90,000 from me over 2 years using my identity, convinced our parents I was lying about it, and then begged me to let her keep stealing because she had a family to think about, and I was just single. If you've ever been the family scapegoat, while the golden child got away with everything, this story is going to be different, because sometimes the only way to get justice is to serve it yourself. If you're ready for this, hit that like button and subscribe to Revenge with Mary. Let's go. My name is Isabel, and I'm 27 years old. I'm a graphic designer. I live in a small apartment, and I work my ass off for everything I have. My older sister Meredith is 30. She's a stay-at-home mom, married to a guy named Mason, who everyone thinks is loaded. And she lives in this beautiful house in the suburbs with perfectly manicured lawns and expensive cars in the driveway. Growing up, I heard the same question on repeat. Why can't you be more like Meredith? Meredith was prettier. Meredith was more social. Meredith married well. Meredith gave our parents grandchildren. I was disappointed. The one who chose a creative career, who didn't settle down, who prioritized independence over a white picket fence. I accepted it. I built my own life. I thought I was doing fine. 3 weeks before Christmas, I logged into my bank account, and my heart stopped. My savings account, the one I'd been carefully building for years, was empty. $35,000. Gone. I stared at the screen, my hands shaking so badly I could barely hold my phone. I thought it was a mistake, some kind of system error. I called the bank immediately, my voice cracking as I explained what I was seeing. The representative put me on hold. When she came back, her tone had changed. "Ma'am, it appears there were several large withdrawals and transfers over the past few months. Additionally, there are multiple credit card accounts and personal loans opened in your name that show significant outstanding balances." My blood went cold. What? I never opened any credit cards. I never took out loans. I'm going to transfer you to our fraud department. The next few hours were a nightmare. The fraud investigator, a man named Lucas, walked me through everything. Someone had used my social security number, my address, my identity to open multiple credit cards and take out personal loans. Between the drained savings, the maxed out credit cards, and the loans, the total damage was $90,000. $90,000. I felt like I was drowning. My vision blurred. I couldn't breathe. How is this possible? How did someone get all my information? Lucas's voice was calm, but serious. "We'll need to trace the IP addresses used to open these accounts and make the transactions. Can you think of anyone who would have access to your personal documents?" I thought about it. My parents had some of my old paperwork. A few close friends knew my details. And then my stomach dropped. Meredith. 2 years ago, she'd asked to borrow my laptop because hers was broken. She'd had access to my email, my saved passwords, everything. At the time, I didn't think twice about it. She was my sister. "Can you check where these accounts were opened from?" I asked, my voice barely a whisper. Lucas typed for a moment. Then he paused. "The IP address traces back to a residential location in the suburbs." He read off the address. It was Meredith's house. I hung up and sat in my apartment, staring at the wall. My sister, my own sister, had been stealing from me for 2 years. She'd ruined my credit, drained my savings, and buried me in debt, all while living in her perfect house, posting Instagram photos of her perfect family, and being praised by our parents as the golden child. I felt sick, betrayed, furious. I drove to her house the next day. My hands were white-knuckled on the steering wheel the entire time. When I got there, Mason's car wasn't in the driveway. Good. I wanted to talk to her alone. Meredith opened the door with a smile, her hair perfect, her makeup flawless. "Isabel, What a surprise. Come in, come in. I didn't move. We need to talk. Her smile faltered. About what? About the $90,000 you stole from me. The color drained from her face. She glanced behind her, then stepped outside and closed the door. Keep your voice down. Keep my voice down? I laughed bitterly. You destroyed my life, Meredith. You opened credit cards in my name. You took out loans. You drained my savings. How could you? She looked at the ground, her arms crossed. For a long moment, she didn't say anything. Then quietly, I needed it. You needed it? My voice was shaking. You live in a mansion. Your husband is rich. No, he's not. Her voice cracked. Mason isn't rich. He hasn't been for 2 years. His business failed. We're drowning in debt. And he's been cheating on me with his secretary for the past year. I stared at her, stunned. She kept going, her words spilling out in a rush. I've been keeping up appearances. The house, the cars, the clothes, it's all fake. I've been using your money to make it look like we're still doing well so Mom and Dad don't find out. So his parents don't find out. So no one finds out. So you stole from me. I borrowed it, she snapped. I was going to pay you back. With what money, Meredith? You just said you're broke. She looked at me with desperate, pleading eyes. Just let me have this. Isabel, please. You're single. I stood there, frozen, staring at that closed door. Then I got in my car and drove home, my entire body shaking with rage. I called my parents that night. My mom, Martha, answered. Mom, I need to talk to you about something serious. Meredith. Oh, honey, Meredith already called us. My stomach dropped. What? She's so upset. She told us you've been accusing her of terrible things. Isabel, why would you say those things about your sister? Because they're true. I said, my voice rising. She stole $90,000 from me. She opened credit cards in my name. I have proof. Isabel. My dad, Randy, had picked up the other line. His voice was cold. Your sister is going through a hard time right now. The last thing she needs is you making up lies because you're jealous of her life. I'm not making it up. Enough, he said firmly. We raised you better than this. You need to apologize to your sister. I couldn't speak. My throat was tight, my eyes burning with tears. They didn't believe me. They didn't even ask to see the proof. We'll see you at Christmas, Mom said, her tone softer but still disappointed. Hopefully by then you'll have come to your senses. They hung up. I sat on my couch, staring at my phone, feeling completely and utterly alone. My sister had stolen from me, lied about it, and now my own parents thought I was the villain. For 3 days, I barely slept. I kept replaying the conversation in my head, the way Meredith had looked at me, the way my parents had dismissed me without a second thought, the weight of the debt crushing me. And then something shifted. I wasn't going to let her get away with this. I wasn't going to be the family scapegoat anymore. If my parents wouldn't believe me, I'd make them believe me. I'd make everyone believe me. I called Lucas, the fraud investigator, and told him everything. He listened carefully. Do you want to press charges? He asked. Yes, I said without hesitation. I want to press every single charge possible. Then we need to build an airtight case. I'll need you to gather every document, every email, every piece of evidence you have. We'll need to involve law enforcement and possibly get a warrant. For the next 2 weeks, I became obsessed. I printed bank statements. I saved emails. I tracked every fraudulent transaction. Lucas helped me pull IP addresses, timestamps, and digital footprints. We found everything, every account opened, every transfer made, every lie Meredith had told. Lucas connected me with Detective Gloria from the Financial Crimes Unit. She reviewed everything and opened an official investigation. This is solid, Gloria said. We have enough for a warrant. When do you want us to move? Christmas Day, I said. My whole family will be there. I want everyone to see the truth. Gloria raised an eyebrow. That's bold. Are you sure? I've never been more sure of anything. But we needed more. We needed something that would destroy Meredith's credibility completely. That's when Lucas suggested reaching out to Mason. I was hesitant at first, but Lucas made the call. Turns out, Mason had filed for divorce 3 weeks earlier, right around the time I discovered the fraud. He'd been working with a divorce attorney named and who had been investigating Meredith's spending. Mason agreed to meet with me. We met at a coffee shop. He looked exhausted, older than I remembered. I'm sorry, he said immediately. I didn't know what she was doing to you. I knew she was spending money we didn't have, but I didn't know she was stealing your identity. Did you know about the other theft? I asked carefully. He nodded, his face grim. She's been taking money from my parents, too. Small amounts at first, then bigger. She'd blame me, say I was irresponsible with money. They believed her. It destroyed my relationship with them. Will you testify to that? Yes, he said without hesitation. I'll do whatever it takes. She needs to face consequences. Mason's lawyer and provided documented evidence of Meredith's spending patterns and the theft from Mason's parents, Caleb and Judy. Mason signed a release allowing the information to be shared as part of the criminal investigation. I also hired my own lawyer, a sharp woman named Gloria. Wait, no, her name was Judith. A sharp woman named Judith who specialized in fraud cases. She reviewed everything and smiled. This is one of the cleanest cases I've ever seen. Judith said, between the criminal charges and the civil suit, your sister is going to be buried. Christmas was in 3 days. My parents had invited the whole family, grandparents, cousins, Mason's parents, Caleb and Judy. It was going to be a big gathering. Perfect. Detective Gloria secured an arrest warrant for Meredith based on the evidence we'd compiled. The plan was set. I'd arrive at Christmas dinner, present the evidence to the family, and then Gloria would execute the warrant publicly. Are you absolutely sure you want to do it this way? Gloria asked me one more time. We can arrest her quietly. No, I said firmly. She humiliated me. She made my family think I was a liar. I want them to see the truth with their own eyes. Christmas morning arrived. I barely slept the night before. My hands were shaking as I got dressed. I put on a simple black dress, professional, composed. I wanted to look calm even though my heart was pounding. Lucas picked me up first. We'd started seeing each other casually over the past 2 weeks, coffee after meetings, long phone calls where he'd talk me through my anxiety. Nothing serious yet, but there was something there, something real. You don't have to do this, he said gently as we drove. We can still turn around. No, I said, I need to do this. For me. We met Detective Gloria and my lawyer Judith at a coffee shop near my parents, and I'll be right behind you, Gloria added, patting her jacket where the arrest warrant was tucked. The moment you're done, I execute the warrant. I took a deep breath and nodded. We drove to my parents' house in 2 cars. The driveway was already full. My aunt's car, my grandparents' car, Caleb and Judy's car. Everyone was there. I grabbed the folder, stepped out of the car, and walked to the front door. Lucas, Detective Gloria, and Judith followed close behind. I didn't knock. I just walked in. The living room was full of people. My mom was setting the table. My dad was talking to Caleb near the fireplace. Meredith was on the couch with her 2 kids, Liam, who was 7, and Alan, who was 5. She was helping them put together a Lego set, looking every bit the perfect mother. When I walked in with 3 people in professional clothing, the room went silent. My mom came out of the dining room, her face confused. Isabel, Who are? Everyone, please sit down, I said, my voice steady. We need to have a conversation. Meredith stood up slowly, her face going pale. What is this? This, I said, gesturing to Lucas, is Lucas, the fraud investigator from my bank. This is Judith, my attorney. And this is Detective Gloria from the Financial Crimes Unit. My dad's face turned red. Isabel, what the hell do you think you're doing? It's Christmas. I know what day it is, I said calmly. And I'm here to tell the truth, since none of you wanted to hear it 2 weeks ago. I opened the folder and pulled out the first document. 3 weeks ago, I discovered that someone had stolen $90,000 from me using my identity. Credit cards, personal loans, bank transfers, all fraudulent. I handed the documents to my dad. He stared at them, his expression unreadable. I traced the IP addresses. I continued, pulling out more papers. Every single fraudulent account was opened from Meredith's home IP address. Every transaction, every transfer, all done from her computer. I handed another stack to my mom. Her hands were shaking as she took them. But that's not all, I said, turning to Caleb and Judy. Mason's divorce attorney discovered that Meredith has also been stealing from you for the past year. Small amounts at first, a few hundred here and there, then thousands. She blamed it on Mason, made you think your son was irresponsible with money. Judy's face went white. Caleb stood up, his jaw clenched. That's a lie, Meredith said, her voice breaking. Isabel, why are you doing this? Because you did it, I said simply. I pulled out another document. Here's a signed statement from Mason confirming everything. Here are the financial records his lawyer pulled. And here, I handed a paper to my parents, are text messages between you and your friend Lauren, where you literally brag about manipulating mom and dad into taking your side. My mom read the messages, her face crumbling. One message read, told them Isabel was jealous. They totally bought it. She's always been a disappointment, anyway, LOL. The room was dead silent except for the sound of papers rustling and Liam quietly asking, Mommy, what's happening? Mason, who had been standing in the doorway to the kitchen, stepped forward. Meredith, take the kids upstairs. Now. Mason. Now. Meredith's face was streaming with tears as she took Liam and Alan by the hands and led them upstairs. I heard a door close. When she came back down, her face was red and blotchy. Please, she whispered. Isabel, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'll pay you back. I swear. You're not sorry, I said. You're sorry you got caught. Detective Gloria stepped forward, pulling the warrant from her jacket. Meredith, I have a warrant for your arrest on charges of identity theft, wire fraud, credit card fraud, and grand larceny. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. No, Meredith screamed. No, please. I have kids. Isabel, please don't do this. I'm your sister. You stopped being my sister, I said quietly, the moment you decided I was worth less than your fake perfect life. Gloria handcuffed her. Meredith was sobbing, begging, but I didn't move. I didn't flinch. I watched as they led her toward the door. Caleb turned to my parents, his face dark with anger. Did you know about any of this? My dad stammered. We didn't. You knew Isabel was accusing her, Caleb said, his voice rising. She came to you with concerns, and you dismissed her. You called her a liar. My grandparents, who had been sitting silently on the couch, looked at my parents with expressions I'd never seen before, disappointment, even disgust. My grandmother. My parents tried to reach out multiple times. Calls, texts, emails. My dad even showed up at my apartment once. I didn't answer the door. They had to take out a second mortgage on their house, not because they were legally obligated, but because they chose to help Meredith with legal fees and a portion of the restitution to Mason's parents. That was their choice, their consequences. But here's the best part of the story. Lucas and I kept seeing each other. Coffee dates turned into dinners. Dinners turned into weekends. He was patient with my trust issues, understanding about my family trauma. He never once made me feel like I was too much or not enough. 2 years after that Christmas, he proposed. I said yes immediately. We planned a small wedding, close friends, a few cousins who'd reached out to support me after everything came out, Lucas's family, who welcomed me with open arms. I sent my parents an invitation. Just them. Not Meredith. My mom called me the day she received it, crying, "Isabel, this is wonderful. We're so happy for you. Can we bring Meredith? She's out on parole now. She's doing better. She's your sister. She should be there." I took a deep breath. I'd expected this. No, I said simply, "Isabel, please. She's been through so much. So have I, Mom. She stole from me. She ruined my credit. She tried to destroy my reputation. And you believed her over me. We were wrong," my mom said, her voice breaking. "We know that now. We're so sorry. But she's still your sister. Family is supposed to forgive. You can come to my wedding," I said clearly, "or Meredith can come to my wedding. But not both. Choose." There was a long silence on the other end of the line. I could hear my mom breathing, could almost feel her weighing the options. Finally, "Isabel, we have to support her. She needs us right now. She's struggling. She lost her kids, her husband, everything. Because of her own choices," I interrupted. "She made those choices. Not me. I know, but we're her parents. We can't abandon her. But you can abandon me?" Another silence. "We'll always love you, Isabel. But Meredith needs us more right now." I felt something crack open in my chest. Not pain, exactly. More like a door closing, a weight lifting. "Then don't come," I said quietly. "Isabel." I hung up. They didn't come to my wedding. And you know what? I didn't cry. I didn't spend the day sad or angry or wishing things were different. I married the man I love, surrounded by people who actually showed up for me, people who believed me, people who chose me. My wedding day was perfect because I finally realized that some people will never see your worth. Some people will always choose the lie over the truth because the truth requires them to admit they were wrong. And that's okay. I don't need their validation anymore. I have Lucas. I have real friends. I have a life built on honesty, respect, and genuine love. I cut off my parents completely after that. No calls, no emails, no contact. They chose Meredith, and I chose myself. And for the first time in my life, I'm completely at peace with that. You know what gets me about Isabel's story? She gave them every single chance to do the right thing, every chance to believe her, to see her, to choose her. And they still picked the person who hurt her. But she didn't let that break her. She built something beautiful without them. If this story hit you, smash that like button. Drop a comment telling me, was Isabel right to cut off her parents completely, or should she have given them one more chance? And if you want more stories where people choose themselves over toxic family, subscribe to Revenge with Mary and hit that notification bell. I'm Mary, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay ruthless.